Guys, I've failed. First bags, leaving the second depot. I've cleared all the season stuff from the first, well, from Oak Farm. There's about 30 bags there left, but they're not quite dry enough for my liking. So we're gonna leave it for a month or two, and then we can start taking them back out of there. Or if any part seasoned orders come in, I can supply them with that. But yeah, we've got 730 up here. I'm taking the first 5 out now. Obviously we're using the HC crane on the back of the grafter. No need for the telehandler now. That's off hire, and we're just going to empty this whole barn with the crane. I haven't got a moist chester on me, but this stuff is absolutely lovely. It's dried out really, really nice. Obviously this was all part seasoned cordwood anyway, and it's just it's finished right off. So there's a nice breeze just coming through here, through the doors, through here, and then back out the back, obviously through the ventilated slats. Yeah, over the moon with the quality, and let's get unloaded. And with the new ramp, I don't have to put my legs up. It's a nice smooth transition. Over the moon with that. That's working really well. Right, off we go. Guys, I've failed. Now why do I say I failed? Because you know what I wanted to do. I wanted to fill up all this concrete area with cages of logs before the winter. Now, maybe I'm just getting down the dumps because it feels like winter today. It's blowing a gale and it is raining. Well, it's drizzling anyway. And but it is actually the 22nd of August. So yeah, we're not in winter yet, but I do feel like I'm behind. I do feel like I haven't met my targets. I've got one nice row there. There's 36 there. One more row of 4 would make 40. So we're at 9 long at the moment. You can just about get 10 long on here without going onto the original bit of concrete. So I probably will put another 4 on there, and then we know every single line is going to be 40. Now, there is help coming. There's help coming. Now, what do I mean by help? On Tuesday next week, Powell Forestry and Garden Machinery, the suppliers of Palax in the United Kingdom, are bringing out Palax's new chainsaw machine. Now, I believe it's called the D46. The 46 being, I believe it takes 46 centimeters, and D because it gives the action of a chainsaw, and they tend to put C because it's a circular saw. That's how you can kind of work out what machine it is when you're talking about Palax. So yeah, their chainsaw machine is coming down to us next week, the brand new one. I believe it replaces a 43, a D43. Obviously you get a bit more output, but also there's some major changes. So that's going to be really good. We're going to put some medium-sized timber through it, probably through hopefully an 8-way knife. And that's going to give us a good hand, do some of the medium stuff. We've got some lovely stuff ready for the factory when we get back on that, but obviously we still only have one timber deck. I've got some little bits of timber to put through the C750, but the digger has been away all week and literally just came back. So yeah, the digger's been away for a couple of weeks now. I've only done one down it this week just to finish off what I was doing, but I've been so busy with deliveries, it's been mad honestly. But last week I did 4 days on it last week, ripping out ruts at that wet site. You probably can hear me a little bit better now. So yeah, production, as in processing, came to a royal halt. So yeah, I've got culling coming in tomorrow, which is Friday. We're going to be packing a lot more nets because the campground have gone mad with nets, honestly. I delivered 4 pallets on Friday, and by Monday evening I had an email asking for more nets as soon as possible. So I went down early doors this morning, Thursday morning. I couldn't get there any sooner, I just had too much on. And I dropped off just to one campground. I dropped off another 2 pallets and a bulk bag of kindling. So yeah, keeping them going. The other one had 1 extra pallet left over from last time, so they got topped up, so they had 3 to go through, but they're probably going to give me a ring either just before this weekend or early next week. So I know for a fact I need to make some more nets up. I've got 1 delivery to do early morning, and then we have to somewhat wait around all day because we've got the cherry leaving, and that's going out on a pallet line, and they don't give you a time when they're going to turn up, which is a bit annoying. But also it's quite good because it means I have to stay in the yard, and I'm going to just process on the Palax C750 all the smallish stuff. Now I'll show you what timber we've had in recently. I think I may have got a video of it the other day. There's more to come. I just didn't want to run myself dry of cash flow. But we had 75 tons in. Some of it's a little bit big, but don't worry, there's something coming for that. Again, from Power Forestry and Garden Machinery. I'll put their link in the description below. So they're Palax dealers. I believe they do another make, but I don't know. Yeah, that's about 75 tonne. So I'll flip you around and I'll show you what I mean. All the way down to just here, all the bright stuff. So it's a pretty fresh cut. It's been cut within the last kind of 3-4 weeks. 90% of it's perfect. Some of it's a bit too big. I mean, that's just a flare at the bottom, but even if you cut that off, that's going to be too big, I think. I believe I got the tape measure out, and that one there would just go through. So that would potentially just go through the factory, but that won't, that won't, that won't, that won't. That definitely won't. That won't. That's ginormous. But all going well, there's potentially something coming to Oak Farm that's going to deal with that stuff and bigger. So if you are interested in seeing that, it's going to be new to the market. I don't think it's been seen on YouTube yet at all. So make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, because I'm 90% sure it's coming. So it's going to be seriously cool. And could you imagine the amount of logs in out a ring like that? And bigger. Yes, and bigger. Mad, I know. So I am really not worried. So this is my chip pile that I was going to sell. Luckily I didn't. There's some gnarly big bits in here. Quite a lot of oak actually. And I think we'll process that up. All this is oak, big stuff. Big ash here, look at that. It's probably about 55-60 centimeters. That's definitely 60. Yeah, so big stuff there, and that big stack down there. I say it's big stack. It's probably about 100 tons. So we probably put another 10 ton of this, 5 to 10 ton of this on that stack, because one of these big lumps, they're going to weigh half a ton. That is going to weigh half a ton. It's roughly 3 meters long, and it's green. So yeah, it doesn't take long before you can make up a ton or 2. All this stuff I've taken out, that's too big as well, but we can put it on the pile. Like I said, guys, I'm really not fussed about having a bit of big stuff in now. I'm actually going to start purposely taking it once I get the go ahead and the nod about this big machine. we're going to start purposely getting some very big stuff in because we need to test it. But all this stuff is factory stuff. But actually, this will be interesting to see what it goes through the D460. Same with this, because this won't quite go through the C750. All this stuff will. This is what I want to try and get done tomorrow. All the smaller bits here. All this. I should get that done in a day. It's probably only about, obviously picking out the bigger stuff, it's probably only about 3 timber deck fulls there. So I'll get that done in a day quite easily. And then we'll have a nice medium pile that I'll typically put through the factory. We'll put through the D60. And then the real bigger stuff, I don't want to make big logs, so we're going to put that through the factory anyway. But yeah, that's a bit of an update with the wood. And there's more of this stuff to come. There's another, potentially like 5 loads, so another 125 tonne. So yeah, guys, it's good to get the digger back in the yard because I just feel like I could have been getting some stuff done. But yeah, I know the title of this video is a little bit clickbaity. But we've got all these empty cages, look. Down there, all the way down there. That goes all the way to the back. So that's 10, 13 deep. There's 6 there. And there's still 90 at the second depot. So I'm in the yard all week. Well, I'm in and around the yard all week. I'm not going out in the digger next week, obviously. So we're going to get that stuff in the kiln there next week, dry that. We've got the long stuff to deliver. That's going to free up another 11 cages because the guy's paid for this. So we're going to deliver those there for his boiler. Big, long stuff. I believe that's 16 to maybe 18 inches. I wish I could process this stuff all the time. It's dance site quicker than these short logs. So you Americans have it very easy, I say. And if you haven't noticed, we've got tops on all these just to try and keep the rain out now. Now it's coming into winter. We don't want to put it back too much. The sides, they'll get wet slightly, but then they soon dry off. It's the middle of the cages you want to prevent getting wet. So all this was green and it's starting to dry out nice. I'm not saying it's dry, but it does start to dry out very quickly, especially ash. So it shouldn't take too long in the kiln. But yes, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I do feel like a bit of a failure, but the end of the summer isn't quite here yet. So let's have a last push to get all these cages filled up for winter 2024 to 2025. It's going to be another big and better year. I can feel it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the comments. Let me know what you think about the potential new machine. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.